Recent news has come out of Kansas City that the Chiefs are looking to sign Tyreek Hill to a contract extension that would, quote, give him a hefty raise. But if I'm going to give my honest opinion here, the Chiefs would be making a big mistake by signing Tyreek Hill to a lucrative contract, as they should instead look to trade Tyreek Hill to a team who desperately needs a receiver. In return, I believe they could definitely get at least 2 first-round picks for the top 10, potentially top 5 receiver. And while most will disagree, let me first explain why this is the move to make. Obviously, we need to look at the reasons to keep Tyreek Hill first. He's a fan favorite who generates jersey sales. He has a strong connection with Patrick Mahomes. He's still fairly young, being 28 in this upcoming season, and he's an arguable top 5 receiver. All valid reasons to keep this man on your roster. However, let's look at this from a realistic perspective. The Chiefs are a team that are looking to win both next season and 10 years down the road. While having a top 5 receiver will definitely help you win, he's not worth both the cost and potential gain from trading him. In my If I Were the GM Chiefs Edition Instagram post, I had a trade where the Chiefs would send Tyreek Hill to the Jets for pick 10 and a 2023 first round pick. Something I would easily see at least one team in the top 15 accept. In this scenario, the Chiefs would gain 3 things: $18 million in cap space, the 10th pick in the draft, and a future first. But is trading Tyreek Hill really worth these 3 things? This is an arguable debate for sure, as it would really depend on who is drafted with those picks, until you look at one of the main reasons the Chiefs need to do this trade: that $18 million you'd be getting back. First of all, if the Chiefs sign Tyreek Hill to a contract giving him $25 to $30 million a year, they are spending literally 1/3 of their cap space on just Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. These 2 guys definitely deserve the money, but this puts the Chiefs in a bind where they will for years be limited on cap space and have to pick and choose what to do on defense, often require them to rely on rookies and aging veterans. But forget the future years. Let's look at just this upcoming year. If the Chiefs didn't trade Tyreek Hill and get that $18 million, they wouldn't just lose 2 potential top 10 draft picks, they'd be losing their defense. The Chiefs have recently released starting linebacker Anthony Hitchens, but even with the release of him, they are only $8.68 million above the cap. And even if they release 3-time Pro Bowler Frank Clark and mess up their D-line too, they'll only have about $22 million in cap space. And then you add the expected franchise tag to Orlando Brown Jr., and the Chiefs would be back down to an estimated $5.38 million left in cap space. So, they're over the cap. What's the issue? Well, their defense, quite frankly, would be the issue. Let's take a look at just some of the free agents the Chiefs have entering the market. We already spoke about the release of starting linebacker Anthony Hitchens and defensive end Frank Clark. However, there's quite a bit more, such as Charvarius Ward, Chiefs starting cornerback, Derek Nottie, Chiefs starting defensive tackle, Andrew Willie, Chiefs starting right tackle, Melvin Ingram, Chiefs other starting defensive end, and last yet most importantly, star safety Tyrann Mathieu. Not to mention Jerron Reed, Mike Remmers, Byron Pringle, Austin Blythe, and Kyle Long, all viable starters or good depth pieces. So good luck bringing these guys back with only $5 million, even if you restructure your current contracts, which by doing so would put your team in cap hell for at least a couple of years. While the Chiefs can always make a Super Bowl run with Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce, we saw them lose in the AFC Championship this year while Tyrann Mathieu was out with an injury, and the Chiefs' defense just didn't look the same. If they lose these guys, their chances of making it back to the Super Bowl with a worse roster is a lot more slim. Trading Tyreek Hill can at least allow them flexibility to rebuild their defense and bring back at least 1 or 2 of these very important players. And then in the draft, you can either use pick 10 on a lockdown corner such as Sauce Gardner or Derek Stingley, and then use pick 30 on Tyreek Hill's replacement, or you can get someone like Garrett Wilson at pick 10 and get someone else at pick 30. This is a win-win situation for the Chiefs. You have much more cap flexibility for the future. You can add defensive players to keep your defense from drowning. You draft a younger and cheaper star with a top 15 pick, and you still have a future first round pick in 2023. Chiefs fans may hate the GM if they made this move, but these bold moves would also be what makes the fans consider him a top GM in history. This is the move to make for the Chiefs, but I'm afraid they're going to pay Tyreek, lose in the playoffs this year, and lead themselves down a road of cap space headaches. This one move can make Brett Veach an amazing GM. He just needs to pull the trigger.